God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for you. He will be your guide. He hold you closely to his side. With love and care for each you day, he will make a way. Oh, my God will make a way. My name is Paul Boxill. I born in Ramaville, St. Thomas. I came out of a family of 9 brothers, I came out of a family of 9 of us, 5 brothers and 3 sisters. My mother had 9 children, but one died and left 8 of us. So it was 3 sisters and 5 brothers. And life for us was very hard as a boy growing up. I went to school at just school, primary school, but I wouldn't learn to read and to write. Then they take me from there and they send me to Boxill in Green Hill. Then when I leave Boxill, I went to St. Leonard's. And my first time at St. Leonard's, I started to read. But then one evening I came home, my mother told me, Paul, you're gonna let the house fall on me. I need some help because the house was really bad. So I leave going to school and went on the golf course in St. James and pick up golf balls from in the gullies. And I used to wash them and sell them to the gentlemen that used to come and play golf. Well, I did that for a year. And then after I recognized that I needed to get a job. When I got home, my mother told me that she heard that NHC is giving out jobs and she wanted me to go and get one. So the Monday morning I got up, she gave me bus fare and I catch the bus we moved from Rammer Village to Jackson St. Michael's and I catch the bus and I went to town down by the harbor and I went up in the building, I went upstairs and I went to the lady. And when I get there, I said, good morning. She said, good morning, how can I help you? I said, this morning, ma'am, I come here to receive a job because my mom told me that you all need workers. She said, yes, we need workers for NCC. She says, you have to fill out a form. So she gave me a bulletin board and the paper and tell me to go and sit down and fill out the form. But when I sit down to fill out the form, all I could write is Paul Boxill and First Avenue, Jackson, St. Michael's, and I couldn't write anything more. So then I sit down and pause for about 15 minutes, and then I went to her and said, ma'am, excuse me, she said, what is wrong with you now? I said, ma'am, I need some help. She said, what help you need? I told her that I cannot read, and she says to me, you is a big man and cannot read. You need to go and sit down and fill out that form and stop telling me you cannot read. Well, I leave in front of the desk and went back and sit down where I was sitting down. And then when I was sitting down, I started to feel bad within myself. So I sat down for the next 5 minutes. And then after sitting down, I get up and I went to the desk and said, ma'am, the bulletin board is saying the form is here. She said, you are finished? And I walked down the steps, and then when I was coming down the steps, I started to cry. I, at that time, was about 23 years of age, and I started to cry. And when I get down to the steps, and I was going to the bus stand to catch the van to go back to Jackson, I said to myself, as long as I live, I will never ever hide my weaknesses that I can't read and write. Pray that it will touch hearts, minds, and it will touch souls and people, especially young people will listen and they will learn from this old man who is 63 years of age, the 3rd of March just gone here. I pray, Lord, as I speak, that as it touch hearts and minds all over the earth, that they will be able to understand that God is a God that can change things and He can change people. Lord, I give you all the glory and I give you all the praises and I give you all the honor. And I thank you for this opportunity in Jesus' name. I started to plant marijuana as a young man because I was home a Saturday morning and I met this bus driver guide that introduced me to marijuana. So I started to plant marijuana in my mother's backyard between the banana trees and stuff, and everything was going well. My mother moved from Jackson St. Michael's and went into Christchurch to live in a place called Slayville. So she rent some ground from a plantation and we were living on the ground, and at the back we had a piece of land that my mom used to plant food, so I started to plant my marijuana in the back of the ground. So we were living there for about 5 months. Then my brother and one of the neighbors got in the noise and they had a big fight. And my mother decided she's gonna move the next week. My mother did move the house and come to Jackson St. Michael's, First Avenue, Jackson St. Michael's. And when she came there, I were living there and I met with some friends of mine and we started planting marijuana and stuff like that. Now, it ends up in a situation that one of my friends, a Friday I came home from work, I was out the front road and I met this friend of mine and we had another friend that came from another district that tell us that he wants some money from us because he wants to go into Nelson Street, which was a Friday evening, to buy something. And we asked him what it is. He said we'll give him at least $20 and he's going to bring back this thing. Well, he cashed the bus about 4:30. I went and acquired the 5 word back there on the spot. Then he told us to come and go with him. And my friend says he going to the house where he were living in. And it was 3 of us in there. And this guy pulled this white thing out of his pocket. And we asked him what it is. He said it was cocaine. Well, he set up a box and he had a cigarette and he lighted the cigarette and he put the ash on the box with the foil paper. And then he went up first and then he gave it to us and we did it. After I did it, I found that it had you feel good in a sense. But the thing I find about it is that it had you wanted more. Now, I continued doing it, and then my other friend that took me to the house, he continued doing it, and now today, he is hooked on it, and he don't come off of it, he's still on it. But then now, I continue doing it, but the thing about me is that I would do it on Fridays when I get paid, especially when I drink alcohol. I would do it the Friday and the Saturday, but the Sunday, I will rest myself for the work on Monday. Now, it started to get to me because I found myself not eating and getting very small. So when I go to work from Monday to Friday, and I work at least for about $400, when I come home, I will give the man that's selling it, I will transfer him and I will pay him. I will go and give my mother money, and then I will come out and do what I got to do. And you believe, if I start at 6 o'clock, when 8 o'clock, I have no money in my pocket. So I found myself now being addicted to cocaine. So then now what I will do now, I will go home and tell my mother, the money I give you for food, I need it back. She said, Paul, if I give you this money, you are not going to have no food to eat this week. I said, Mom, give me the money. She would give me the money, I will go back out the road and I will smoke out every cent. Now, I found myself coming home sometimes 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, but I cannot sleep. And if I have food to eat, I cannot eat no food. So what will happen now, when the morning break open and I come out the house, when I go to get a bath and I go into my room and I look into the mirror, I could not understand that it was me, because my whole structure were changed and my face was getting very hard. So I decide that I want to stop with it. But then sometimes I found myself when I got money, I will go and buy it and come home and go into our pit, tell it in the yard. And my mother would have called and said that I'm doing nonsense and she is going to call the police. A matter of fact, one Friday night I was in town and I drank 6 Guinness and I catch the bus going home and I had some cocaine on me. And when I get in the bus, I sit down and the police get in. And I was in the corner sitting down and the man look at me and look off. I was real drunk. But when I get home that night, I can't even smoke. I smoke the cocaine. I can't even get smoke. I can't smoke because that's where God take it from me. God made sure and then let me smoke it because it would have killed me. So what I'm saying to you is that be careful when you come into the friends you choose. Always ask the Lord to choose your friends for you, young people. Do not allow yourself to get caught up with the wrong crowd. Be careful who you drink alcohol with. Do not drink no alcohol. Do not go a party and take nothing for nobody, young people. The best place for you to do is be in the house of the Lord or come home and stay at your mother's house. So don't matter what you're going through, remember that God will make a way. Even if you cannot read and write, just call upon God and God will open the door for you the same way He opened the door for me.